Welcome to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. One more winner's bracket game coming your way here from Warner Robins, Georgia. In the Southeast region, North Carolina taking on Virginia. Winner does not play again until Monday. The loser will come back tomorrow and face an elimination game. Florida just defeating South Carolina about an hour ago to become our first winner's bracket advancing team, and Florida will play the winner of this game at 10 a.m. Monday morning. Whoever loses this game comes back tomorrow and will face Georgia at 1 Eastern. South Carolina and Tennessee will be the other elimination game tomorrow morning at 10 Eastern. And this Pitt Little League is would we call them a dynasty? I mean, they're one of the best all time in this region.
I think that's fair. Certainly do. And this lineup is a good reason why they have a shot at getting back to the Little League World Series for the 4th time in a row. They are full of power and speed. They are aggressive in the box, and you can't afford to make too many mistakes against this lineup.
Continuous batting order. Everybody on the roster bats. And in the circle, Melanie Price, we saw her yesterday as well. She went the distance through 61 pitches.
She was outstanding yesterday, just giving up 2 earned runs, did not allow a free pass with 8 strikeouts. She was a competitor. She's intense. She threw a perfect game in their state tournament. She has a great changeup, places her fastball in the corners, and has a screwball and a drop ball to go along with it.
First batter of the game is going to be Kenley Morgan for North Carolina. Morgan stepping in right now. We'll see Morgan pitching for this Pitt team. This North Carolina team trying to give us 2 teams in the Little League Softball World Series if they can advance. Being the host city, Johnston County is already there representing North Carolina. Pitt County actually won the whole thing a couple of years ago. Jack Allen, the manager, farmer by trade. And good start for Melanie Price.
I think she's got a little extra adrenaline going into this game, knowing what kind of hitter she's going against. That velocity's up. She's attacking the zone. You see her reaction after that strikeout. She is locked in and she is intense.
Gemma Braxton up to bat now. Grounds it out to short. Matson fields it, makes the throw. Throw not in time. Lightning speed from Braxton beats the throw, and North Carolina has one on right away.
And Claire Matson, the shortstop, was pulled up the middle. Look where she's playing before this pitch is thrown. She has to go to her backhand in the hole, and just that extra couple steps allow Braxton to beat it out with her speed to first base.
Avery Moy steps into the batter's box now. Moy hits it to the second baseman. They do not get the force out, so North Carolina is safe at first and second. And there's just so much speed on these bases.
And speed just puts so much pressure on the defense to be perfect, to be quick. There is nothing wrong with this play for Sophia Rivera. Heads up going, trying to get the lead runner, but what a jump by Braxton to beat that out.
So 2 on for North Carolina. Charlie Rouse coming up to bat, goes by Chuck. And this North Carolina team with a big win last night against Alabama. Got the run rule victory, 18-0. Rouse, one of those players that does a little bit of everything for this team already, with a home run and a triple last night. But she's had a grand slam this year. She's thrown a no-hitter from the circle. Wants to one day perhaps be an Air Force pilot or a veterinarian. Fighter pilot, no less. Ralph's planning on running track next year as well as play softball. Price taking a little extra time in the circle for Virginia, just trying to settle down now.
It's interesting, you look at Claire Matson at shortstop. She is positioned in front of the baseline. Where she was the previous 2 pitches, backed up a little bit now.
It's on the ground to Rivera, underhands it to first for the out. The runners advance to second and third.
They're not trying to go to second base. They're understanding the speed, gets the sure out at first base.
Braxton is at third, Moy is at second, and the batter coming up now is Haley Hines, the catcher. They can move Hines all over the infield. Big swing on the first pitch, strike 1. Strike 2.
High heat.
Price had 8 strikeouts last night in the win. The numbers last night, getting a start for the second day in a row after the win over Tennessee. That's lifted out into center field. Ava Rivera makes the catch. So despite some aggressive base running by North Carolina, they cannot put any runs up, and we'll see Virginia at bat when we come back to Warner Robins. Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Final game of the evening, North Carolina and Virginia underway. We're in the bottom of the first inning. The winner moves on in the winner's bracket and won't play again until Monday morning. Sun setting here on a hot, steamy day. When the game started, it feels like temperature still over 100 degrees. Here's a look at Virginia's batting order.
Yeah, just a fundamentally sound team top to bottom. We saw them play a lot of small ball yesterday and execute small ball very well. They will certainly test this North Carolina defense. They have got to be on their toes.
And they'll be trying to test the defense, which is anchored in the circle by Kenley Morgan for North Carolina. Again, we saw Kenley yesterday as well against Alabama.
She had a great outing there, just hammered the strike zone all night long. She's going to throw in the mid-50s, can hit up to 58, locates a fastball really well, but also has secondary pitches as a changeup, and her K pitch is the rise ball up in the zone.
She only had to throw 14 pitches in that 18-0 win.
So she's probably pretty fresh. Probably threw more than that in her warm-up.
Yeah, warm-up, exactly. First pitch is a strike to Busonic. Cousin of Major leaguer Mike Trout. Big rip. 0-2. One of her superstitions is to stop at Wawa before games. I don't think we have one, Warner Robin. That might be why she struck out.
I'm sure she loaded up before she got here.
Good start for Morgan in the circle. First batter she faces gets the strikeout.
3 straight pitches, 3 straight strikes on the outside part of the plate.
Sophia Rivera up to bat now for Virginia. Her sister Ava also in the lineup for Virginia. Sophia's the older of the 2 sisters. Carries a good luck rubber duck in her bag for good luck. Nice off-speed pitch, got Rivera swinging.
And if that pitch is on, like we saw right there, it's going to be tough for hitters to stay balanced and get on time. Pretty pitch.
Upstairs, ball 2. This is a new team representing the state of Virginia this year in this region. Last year, the team that was here was McLean. This is the York County Little League. They beat that McLean team to advance to the Southeast region. They had lost by 1 run 2 straight years in the state championship and finally broke through this year. That's their manager, Jamie Price. A little bit more about Yorktown, Virginia, which is the town that anchors the county. The total population, only about 200 residents. Two-two pitch about to come, 1 out. And that is a fouled over by first base, and nice play by Mallory Hayslip to drift over and make the grab. 2 outs.
Hayslip not only has to watch this ball, but does a nice job navigating around the base, not getting tripped up.
Pitcher versus pitcher now. Mel Price up to bat, 3rd batter of this inning for Virginia. How's that off? Price had that great joke. I love it. What do you do when a bear charges you in the woods? You pay them immediately. You gotta think about it. You know? Good eye from Price, taking the ball 1-1. Price thinking, what would I throw right here?
Just working in and out. Kinley Morgan just peppering the corners, and then when she gets ahead, she can elevate with the rise ball. We've already seen 1 strikeout there, and we've seen the changeup too.
Price going to take off for first, and they will get her to end the inning. So it has been a pitcher's battle through the first inning. No score as we head to the second. Well, Little League Softball Regionals continue with the debut of Little League Around the Bases, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Live coverage of Sunday and Monday games from every region from 10 a.m. to 9 Eastern on ESPN+. Looking forward to Matt Schick and Michelle Smith debuting that show. First time we've had that show for the regionals. Top of the second inning now. North Carolina coming up to bat for the second time. Maddie Kate Allen goes by MK up to bat. Rounds that to short. Braxton was shortstop for Matson was playing in. Good job. She was positioned perfectly.
Yeah, I think that's an adjustment they've made from the first inning where North Carolina got 2 hits, but none of the balls left the infield. Going to pull those middles in a little bit tighter, maybe give up some range to be able to get the ball over to first base, combat some of the speed.
And Autry with that red, white, and blue bat. Every time I see that bat, I think of a popsicle.
It makes you want one, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does.
A bomb pop.
Yep. Autry, related to the great Gene Autry. She is thinking of a career in the Marines or pro softball.
She can do both.
She's got lots of options. Fouls that off. She's a cross-country runner.
You know, so many more of these questionnaires that we get before the regionals. So many dream jobs in pro softball, and more than ever before. And just a testament to AUSL and the league that they've created, and ESPN is showing the games, being visible, showing these girls that there is an opportunity to play softball professionally.
We were keeping our eye on it today, and how great is it that these players can go back to their hotel and turn the TV on and watch pro softball while they're in this event. Talk about being inspired.
There is a late night game. They might be past their bedtime, but there is a game tonight they could watch afterwards.
Price trying to get one past Autry. Autry doesn't bite on that. One of Autry's nicknames is Muscle.
I can see why.
Yeah. Pitt going with the sleeveless jerseys, showing off the guns. Nice pitch from Price. Love the reaction as well.
Man, you can hear her too after that pitch. The rise ball up in the zone. Watch the reaction here. She's loving it. She is intense. She is locked in.
Strikeout muscles. That's saying something.
It certainly is, man. These two pitchers, they came out ready to play, and Price, just her emotion, it's getting me fired up.
Now Emily Nelson steps into the batter's box. One of the most powerful hitters on this North Carolina team. Bats lefty as well. Her dad made it all the way to the Little League World Series when he was a youngster.
Just a little behind them there on those swings. Melanie Price certainly throws the ball hard. Both pitchers in this game throw the ball hard.
Price getting a new softball to work against Emily Nelson. Nelson, she was ready to hit. Just waiting on Price.
Love it.
Nelson, the only sister in a family with 3 brothers. Takes that for the strike, and Price continues to roll from the circle. 3 strikeouts already, including 2 straight for Melanie Price.
one pitch at a time. No matter how big the game is, concentrate on the job that needs to be done. Focus, breathe, appreciate the moment, because tomorrow will be here soon enough. So be present and live life one pitch at a time.
Pretty much what we're doing right now as teams are making their way through the field here at the Southeast region in Warner Robins, Georgia. The winner will move on to the Little League Softball World Series beginning August 2nd on ESPN2. And hey, it's been a pitcher's battle here so far early on. Pitchers have been dominating in the circle.
It's fun to watch too. Two pitchers with just great stuff. Throw the ball hard, command the zone. They have an IQ when they're ahead. They know how to work and expand the zone. A lot of swing and misses. We've seen changeups from both sides.
Virginia unable to get a base runner on in their first at bat. Bottom of the second now. Kenley Morgan continuing to work. Going up against Margot Barnes now. Barnes, the batter, definitely somebody you want to have as a friend, or on your side anyway. She's a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo. Another good pitch from Morgan.
Climbing louder with the rise ball, 2-0 count. Margot Barnes, it's a hitter's count. Just chased a little bit there.
3-1 for a player they call their spark plug. Trying to give them a little boost right now as the leadoff batter here in the second. Takes her base, screams, "Let's go!" There's no shortage of enthusiasm in this game.
They know what's on the line. They know both teams have a high level of respect for their opponent. Runs are going to come out of premium. I expect Virginia to play some small ball here, try to move that runner into scoring position.
And they've had to wait all day to get on the field. This is the fourth of 4 games today. We started this morning at 10 Eastern. Georgia advancing, eliminating West Virginia. Congratulations to the West Virginia team after a fantastic season. It's good to see Alabama here. They were eliminated by Tennessee earlier today. Florida beat South Carolina in the last game. Runner gets down to second, easy. So Barnes is safe at second.
That was tough play for Hines behind the plate. Not only was that ball in the dirt, Calder showing bunt, disrupting the vision.
Calder backs out of the batter's box, get resettled. Calder is 5'7", one of the taller players on this Virginia team. Swing and miss. She's a good volleyball player too. Calder just got a piece of that.
Staying alive. Calder had a monstrous triple yesterday to the fence. A lot of power there, but in this situation, really got to shorten up, work to contact.
Inside, ball 2. Runner on second for Virginia. No outs here in the bottom of the second. Fowler hits it right at shortstop. Gemma Braxton doesn't even have to move, but is ready for the catch.
If that ball was a foot to the left or right, it had been going a long ways because this ball was absolutely smoked and hit right on the nose. Heads up base running. Margot Barnes to get back and not doubled off there. It's an important runner for Virginia.
It's the first out. Treasure Ann Arthur coming up to bat now. She had the game-winning bunt in the state semifinals, which puts them in the championship game. Gets that right back up to the pitcher, checks the runner, throws to first. Throw's going to go over to third, but not in time. So good base running by Barnes to get over to third base. But 2 outs.
A productive out. But yep, great base running by Barnes, not too far off the base. To make Kinley Morgan feel like she needs to throw behind her, but far enough where she can reach third on the throw.
The other Rivera sister up to bat now. This is Ava. Ava, the younger of the two. Saw Sophia up to bat earlier in the game. Kobe Bryant there. That's respect. Foul back. 0-2.
A lot of foul balls straight back from Virginia. That's just that little bit of upspin coming from Kinley Morgan. Just enough to miss the barrel. Now 0-2, she can expand even further up if she wants to.
Called third strike. So Kinley Morgan with her third strikeout, and Virginia leaves a runner on. We go to the bottom of the second now, still scoreless. Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. North Carolina coming up to bat now. They have had trouble hitting Melanie Price.
She has come out to play today. Melanie Price throwing high velocity. Already 3 strikeouts so far in just 2 innings pitched against this potent North Carolina offense. Have been stifled so far in this game, and I love her intensity, her emotion. She is locked in, and she's been fun to watch so far. You see the line from both pitchers, though. I mean, both pitchers with 3 strikeouts through 2 innings. This is a fun one.
First pitch swing fouled off. Mallory Hayslip up to bat. Treasure Arthur now playing left field for Virginia defensively. They made a change there. Hayslip, left-handed batter, lays down the bunt right to Price. Price throw gets away from Rivera, so safe is Hayslip. Price had a little too much on this.
Yeah, but I love the strategy for North Carolina here, not having a ton of success off of Melanie Price. Just playing a little small ball, putting pressure on the defense. You see first base coach Anna Sawyer, what a tool for this team. She had an illustrious career, just graduated from ECU, started just about every game she played in.
Another bunt successfully by North Carolina. Runners still live. Safe at third. Small ball at its finest.
This is something that I thought we'd see more from Virginia because North Carolina has so much power, but back-to-back bunts executed perfectly right between the pitcher and third baseman, and then the heads-up base running by Mallory Hayslip, being aggressive, beats the throw to third base.
So Hayslip is at third, and we got the umpires going over to the headset. Looks like somebody has issued a challenge here. Call on the field was safe at third. You get 2 incorrect challenges for 6 innings. For the most part, the umpires have been right this week.
And if anything, North Carolina was rolling right there. A lot of momentum, a lot of excitement going on. If anything, just kind of slowing this down.
So here's how everything developed. The throw over to third, she was called safe. Our third base umpire was right on top of it. That's Chris Ratliff.
It's a close play, and live, I thought she beat the tag.
Yeah, I did too.
It was good base running. She was really far off of second base because nobody was there to hold her, so she could get as far as she wanted.
Gosh, don't you love that? I think you can be really aggressive in Little League when you're running bases.
Yeah, yep. And she knew as soon as somebody turned their back, she could take the next bag. Here's a good look.
The throw's in time, but that foot looks like it hits the bag before the tag's on her.
Yep, I agree. She gets her right on the knee, but she's right in line with the bag when she makes the tag. I think the aggressiveness didn't pay off for North Carolina here. And North Carolina's had 4 base runners without the ball leaving the infield. 2 infield hits, 2 bunts.
No outs here in the top of the third.
See catcher Savannah Brannon fanning her face. And it's a late game, 7:30, but it's still awfully warm out there.
And this is the play they're reviewing. The runner was called safe. Ball stands. So a challenge lost by Virginia. They have 1 more challenge remaining. And the runners stay at first and third for North Carolina with no outs. And Allie Scott, Big Al Gaddis will be the next batter. Now a meeting in the circle for Virginia.
I think this is more of a defensive strategy meeting. First and third, gonna go over what you're gonna do there, and then with a Runner at third base. Is Jamie Price going to pull his infield in and try to prevent the run from scoring? Just a lot to prepare for in this situation. And for the North Carolina, are they going to continue with the small ball?
First little bit of adversity here faced by this Virginia team. Trying to get that third base locked back down. So runners at first and third. No outs.
Corners pulled in really tight for Virginia.
Price takes a strike. Runner heads down to second. So runners now at first and second. Excuse me, second and third. Base hit from Jackson, the base runners. North Carolina got a showing bunt again.
Keep doing it. Virginia more prepared for it. Infield's in, corners tight. Shortstop, Matson in front of the baseline, towards the 5-6 hole.
Another perfectly placed bunt, and North Carolina is on the board. All by not hitting the ball in the outfield. Everything has stayed in the infield.
And without swinging. All three base runners on because of a bunt. This one off the bat, you think, oh no, trouble because it's up in the air, but because Barnes is pulled in so far, she can't react to the ball up in the air past her, right in the hole.
So North Carolina strikes first. Final batter in their continuous batting order. Baylor Stocks, a big swing. Stocks squares around the bunt, fouls it off. Oh, and 2 the count. Let's get a joke in. She had a pretty good joke. It's a good dad joke. What do you call a sleepy dinosaur?
What do you call it?
A dinosaur.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Baylor. Good one. Another good bunt. Price fields it, throws to first. Catch is not made, and North Carolina will score another run. Throw down to third, and they get the out at third. And I think we're going to have this call challenged. Runner was called out at third base, and right away Jack Allen signaling for a challenge. Felt like Gaddis got here.
Again, being aggressive, great throw. Just where's that tag? To me, it looked like her foot slid into the glove. I can't really get a good look there, but I mean, another bunt, pressure on the defense. Melanie Price has been rolling. Then North Carolina switched it up and went to small ball, and it's working.
And how great is that to have that luxury just to completely change your game plan, go to small ball when you're known as a power team.
And execute at a high level. I mean, some of the best teams in college and pro softball, I mean, they can't bunt as good as this. Here's a great look.
She's called out.
I think that's going to stand. It's not get her on the foot. It's close though, but because the call in the field was out, I think whatever the call in the field for this play, have to stand.
Throw was there in plenty of time. Looks like she got that tag down. Virginia lost a challenge in this inning. North Carolina in danger of losing another one. So we'll just see. Get 2 incorrect challenges for the 6 innings. Only way you'd get another one if you lost 2 or if you went to extra innings.
It's not the umpires on the field that are going to a monitor like you see sometimes in college ball. There's a remote official that's taking a look and going to relay the call to our officials on the field.
Call is upheld, so both of our teams down to 1 challenge remaining. Back to the top of the North Carolina lineup. Kenley Morgan up to bat. Just 1 base runner on right now. That's first base. Baylor Stocks is down there. Morgan struck out in her first at bat. Big Michael Jordan fan. Wants to be a pediatrician one day. Off the hands into right field. And this should score another run. Stocks is going to wave it, come home, into third, and now Morgan gets back to third. Thought about making a break for it, but she got back, but Stocks scored, and North Carolina with 3 runs.
And it's the first ball to leave the infield for North Carolina. A shot by Morgan into right center field. Ava Rivera in center was playing a little shallow just to track this one down, but how about the backup right here, being in the right position? I believe that's left fielder Treasure Arthur preventing a run.
Braxton grounder to second. Rivera, throw gets out of the first baseman's glove, and North Carolina scores again. 4-0 North Carolina.
Hard hit ball, run's gonna score regardless. Nice play there, just unable to complete the play. A lot of chaos and havoc from this North Carolina offense, playing small ball, taking extra bases, using their speed, just makes defenses uncomfortable and make uncharacteristic mistakes.
So 4 runs and counting for North Carolina right now. Still just 1 out here in the top of the third. Runner is at first base. It's Gemma Braxton. Here's Avery Moy up to bat. Runner going down to second. Gets it easily. Nice stolen base by Braxton.
Take an extra second in the circle. She was rolling. Little miscues defensively. They're like this. Take the extra time, refocus. Got the good stuff. There it is.
Lula Fire 1-1. Nails it to deep center. At least 1 run will score. We'll see if they hold Moy at third. And they do. A triple by Moy drives in another run.
What a versatile lineup this team from Pitt County is. A lot of small ball to start off this inning, and now we're seeing the power. Avery Moy with an absolute blast to center field. Trucks around the bases, stand-up triple, RBI.
Rouse off the hands. They get the put out. Run scores. 2 outs, but North Carolina continues to build its lead 6-0.
They just have a way of scoring in bunches. Once they start putting pressure on, there's no let up.
Haley Hines up to bat now. Future veterinarian. Fouls it back. Oh, what a top of the third for North Carolina. Picking up those 6 runs so far. Hines hits that to center field. Ava Rivera charges in, makes the catch. But North Carolina with 6 runs. And Virginia will come to the plate in the bottom of the third when we come back to Warner Robins, Georgia. Well, you want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. I'm glad to get a front-looking view of the fans there because we're up above them and I've been wondering what these people look like. Loving the spirit.
Ooh, we got some capes.
All kinds of
The jeweled
costumes.
cowboy hat.
Some committed fans.
Fans have been great.
It's a fun little thing the North Carolina team does before they get ready. And we got all kinds of superstitions going here.
Hey, if it works, it's not crazy. And so far, it's worked for North Carolina.
Okay, all the hands have been slapped. Everybody's done what they're supposed to do. We're good now. Savannah Brannon up to bat for Virginia. Trying to get something started here after North Carolina just scored 6 runs in the top of the third. Brandon wears number 52 in honor of her dad's high school football number. Basketball player, volleyball player as well. Kenley Morgan has allowed just 1 base runner so far.
Leadoff walk in the previous inning. An extended break. Our team was scoring those 6 runs.
A 3-0 count. Called strike. Morgan trying not to walk the leadoff batter for the 2nd straight inning, but it certainly hasn't hurt him on the scoreboard. She struck out her last batter. And down to first goes Brandon. We'll see if Virginia can turn this into something.
Leadoff walk in the 2nd inning was stranded at 3rd base.
Rye Barnes coming up, wanting to move the runners over. Big Texas Longhorn softball fan. Lives by the saying, you're worth more than your performance. Throw down to first, gets away. And coming right back is Brandon.
Nice backup by Baylor Stocks in right field.
North Carolina calling time. Jack Allen head out to the circle. Continues to juggle that rosin bag.
All the infielders took a little turn.
Yeah.
Hands are nice and dry, humidity, heat years.
Just a little check-in from Coach. The sun goes down means the humidity goes up this time of day. Riley Barnes with a 1-0 count, 1 runner on, no outs. Strike by Morgan. Winner of this game will have tomorrow off to rest and come back and play Florida Monday morning. And Morgan wanted that pitch. Slicing foul and making the catch. Baylor Stocks in foul territory. Good hustle.
Tremendous hustle by Baylor Stocks. This ball's drifting away from her. A ton of spin on it. Never gives up on it. Keeps her feet moving. Secures it with her offhand. Nice play.
This is a North Carolina team, very athletic team. Coley fouls it off. Coley, team voted her future president. Hopes to be a sports reporter one day. Wizards of Waverly Place, her favorite TV show. That's throwback show. Disney Channel. She lists her special talent as boogie boarding.
So fun.
It's always a good one to have. I think if she won the lottery, she'd buy a beach house so she could boogie board a lot. Good take.
Yep. That is the strikeout pitch that Kinley Morgan likes to go to, especially 0-2. Go to the rise ball, try and get a chase. Great discipline.
One-two pitch. Low, 2-2.
See a little talk.
Foul ball, even Stocks couldn't get that one. She was trying though.
She's probably closer than anybody else could have gotten to it.
A good sprinter.
What a hang.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was an excellent pitch.
A little smile there too, because all she's seen is heat this at bat and then the change up. Stays balanced, keeps her hands back just enough to get a piece. Great at bat.
Pitch number 7 of this at bat coming. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Virginia up to bat. And that is going to slice foul.
And she's getting closer and closer. She's out off a ton of balls to the right side, but each one gets a little bit closer to that right field foul line.
Taylor Stocks is getting a lot of sprint work in over in right field. Foul ball this time down the 3rd baseline.
She's just hitting them all. Whatever Kinley Morgan's throwing, she's getting a piece of it. This is a great battle.
Give Autry a little run out there in left field. Sixth foul ball of this at bat. 9th pitch coming.
And this is what you call a quality at bat. Really making Kinley Morgan work in the circles. She's throwing everything she has at her, but just keeps spoiling it.
7 foul balls. Still 2-2, 1 out, runner at first.
Grace Kekoli is just saying, I can be here, I can do this all night.
We need to find out the Southeast region record for consecutive foul balls.
Wow.
It's like Let's in tennis.
That's just impressive. And if I was Kinley Morgan right now, I know it's a 2-2 count. Just throw something in the dirt. Seems like Kekoli's in swing mode. There's something unhittable right now. Look at the reaction from Morgan in the circle. She's like, what is going on?
The 12th pitch of the at-bat coming. Now 9 foul balls now in this single at-bat. Great duel going on here between Kekoli, the batter, and Morgan, the pitcher.
I know I'm laughing, but this is truly amazing.
Flip a coin.
Grace says no. No, I'm just fouling them off until I get mine.
I will break you.
Put your coin back in your pocket. I am working hard.
I will wear you down.
And for a pitcher, yeah, absolutely. It's frustrating. Wow.
Missed up high, count goes full. Morgan wisely taking a little extra time now. Well, longest at-bat of this regional so far.
Kinley Morgan, just what else can I throw to you? Full count. I've got to keep it in the zone. Every pitch keeps getting spoiled. She'll go back to the changeup here.
That is hit to second base when they get the out at first. Great play by Bailey Jackson to cover that ball And after that marathon at bat, Kokoli grounds out.
That's going to be one of the hardest outs recorded we're going to see all game. But what a play by Jackson at second base. Throws that from her knees. She knows how hard her pitcher, Kinley Morgan, worked for that ground ball. Was not going to let it go without an out.
Savannah Brandon advanced to second base. So runner in scoring position for Virginia. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Claire Matson, the batter now. Matson led her Little League regular season team with in batting average this year. She's the young woman that has benefited from our Amanda Scarborough's training videos. Wants to meet Amanda.
Amanda was watching last night, heard that. She said she's going to be cheering for Claire to make it to the Little League World Series so she can meet her in person.
Well, Amanda can ask her what do cows do to do math? How do cows do math?
Cows do math. Well, they don't have any fingers and toes to count, so I got nothing for you.
They use a calculator.
Calculator, man.
Claire's joke.
I need the calculator, the total number of pitches.
Exactly. Our producer just added to that joke. They like calculus. I like that.
I know. Funny guy.
Big pitch here, 0-2. Fouled off. Matson. Matson does voice impressions as well as tells cow jokes. Sings. Now still 0-2, 2 outs. And got her swinging. Good pitch by Kinley Morgan to keep Virginia scoreless. 6-0 North Carolina.
Welcome to the Little League Softball World Series.
This is as big as the event has ever been.
12 strikeouts tonight.
Find the glove!
It is out of here!
The competition has definitely elevated. The best is yet to come.
Well, we are making our way to Greenville. One of these teams will appear in the Little League Softball World Series. Monday at 10 Eastern Florida, we'll meet the winner of our current game between North Carolina and Virginia. Tomorrow morning, we have another elimination game between South Carolina and Tennessee. And then Georgia will face the loser of this game at 1 Eastern tomorrow. Sun's starting to set. Heat's starting to go down just a little bit here in Warner Robins. And a change in the circle for Virginia. Coley, who had that marathon at bat, is now going to try to bother the North Carolina batters from the circle. First pitch actually hit Maddie Allen, so she'll take her base.
This one just gets away. Coley. Grace Coley, more of a spinner, a junk pitcher. Coach says that she's just going to spin the ball, mix speeds. See it there coming from Melanie Price, who is high velocity. Completely different look here for these hitters.
Coley looking for that strike zone right now against Autry. And a strike. And Autry shaking her head, acknowledging the good pitch. She did spin it in there. Autry pops that up. Shortstop Matson runs it down. So one out. Coley trying to keep that hand dry.
See the North Carolina hitters getting together, having a conversation.
Savannah Brandon, the catcher, asked for water.
It's Autry talking to Emily Nelson, who's coming up to bat, just giving her what she saw, what to be prepared for. I love the communication between the two.
So much different looking pitcher for this North Carolina team. Virginia trying to throw them off a little bit here. That misses. Nelson with plenty of power unloads on that. Right down the right field line. Runner will advance to third. So North Carolina with runners at first and third with one out. Emily Nelson crushing that down the line.
Nelson watches the first two pitches of that sit bat to get her timing down. Is on time for this. Laser down the line.
Nelson, base runner at first, Allen at third. Strike called. Nelson will just trot down to second, uncontested. So runners at second and third now. Hayslip is the batter.
Infield's pulled in for Virginia. Ground ball to infield, looking to cut down the runner at home plate.
Hayslip way ahead of that. Should have straightened that out. That was going to be trouble. Had all of that. Hayslip is a tradition of texting her dad to get a nice message before every game. It's sweet. And I guess when you're facing a pitcher like Coley, you just have to stay disciplined, huh?
You got to think backside. You've got to really commit to going to the opposite field. For Hayslip as a lefty, I'm looking down that left field line. That's where I want to put the ball.
Goes up the middle this time. He's going to drive in 2 runs. So North Carolina extends its lead 8-0. So 2 RBI single.
Great patient, great balance, doesn't let her weight get out in front. Timed that one up beautifully.
So Smiley Jackson coming up to the plate now for North Carolina to try to keep this rally going. Runner on first. Jackson hits it at third base. Throw goes to first. Did not get the foot down, so the runner is safe at first. So now North Carolina with runners at first and second. Again, the fielder has to touch the white base.
Exactly right. Foot was on the orange safety bag. It's for the runner only.
So Big Al Gaddis up to bat now. She's got runners in front of her at first and second, only 1 out. North Carolina up 8-0. A danger time now for this Virginia team. They're the home team. They don't want to let North Carolina get to that magical 10-run lead. It's a grounder to short, it gets through. 1 run will score. So North Carolina up 9-0 now.
That's just an incredibly difficult play for the shortstop, Claire Matson. Runner crossing right in front of her, right as the ball is getting there, disrupting her view. Nice job by Haslett. I saw you miss it. She came back and touched. I think we're having a conversation, see if maybe that ball made contact.
Jamie Price, the Virginia manager, going out to talk to our second base umpire, Dave Byers.
We're asking about interference on the runner. I didn't see any contact made with the defender or the ball. It was just timed perfectly to avoid the ball, but get right into eyesight of Claire Matson.
All the coaches just praise the umpires in this event, all volunteers.
Looks like our middle switched.
Ball thrown by Coley. And Matson has gone to shortstop, or to second. Musonic is at short. He said they just flipped places. Baylor Stocks is the batter. Runners advance. Second and third.
The infield absolutely has to come in, as you mentioned, getting into that run rule territory. 10 runs after 4 innings. Put a lot of pressure on the Virginia offense to keep this game going. They reach that 10-run mark. Not sure what time's for.
Yeah, looking over towards the Virginia dugout. It's Jamie Church, the coach.
Make a defensive change, yeah.
Yeah, Matson is coming in from second base. She's going to go out to the bullpen and get warmed up. And so they'll make a change at second base and bring in Leah Holly. Coley stays in the circle for now. Coley pitching to Baylor Stocks. North Carolina up 9-0. They've scored 3 runs in this inning so far. Just 1 out. Runners are at second and third. Stocks a successful bunt in her first at bat. That gets past the catcher, and North Carolina leads 10-0. Runner still going as it went past the catcher. So she's able to keep running, and all of a sudden, Pitt again with runners at second and third. My heads up play by those Pitt base runners. North Carolina so smart when you're in the batter's box and on the bases.
They're always looking for the next base. They're go until you tell them to stop.
Well, you want to see some girls with game? Tune into an exciting summer of softball. Visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content, information about starting a softball league, and more. So this Virginia team struggling right now. They've allowed North Carolina to score 6 runs in the third, 4 runs here in the fourth. And manager Jamie Church hoping Matson is getting warmed up enough to come into the game soon. And run some water out to Kokoli. So Kokoli getting a water break. The heat advisories we've had, seen a lot more players asking for water, understandably so. Kenley Morgan, the leadoff batter for North Carolina, is up, facing Kokoli. North Carolina up 10-0. Runner still at second and third with 1 out. Up the middle, that'll drive in 2 more runs for North Carolina. A 2 RBI single for Kenley Morgan.
Just really impressed with this lineup from top to bottom. We've seen them score in a multitude of ways. They've used their speed, they've used small ball, they've used power, they've been aggressive. Since the third inning, I mean, the pressure has been on the defense nonstop.
Runner going down to second. They're going to try to throw her out. She's safe. Good speed by Morgan to beat the tag. And another runner in scoring position for North Carolina with 1 out. So Matson is ready to come into the game. And Coley will leave the circle. Matson will take her place. And we'll see if Virginia can challenge North Carolina now. North Carolina is still up 12-0 with only 1 out here in the fourth. The Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Get a new Dick's Sporting Goods in my neighborhood. I'm excited about that.
They're excited for you to be a customer, I'm sure.
I don't know if they are or not. We'll find out. Claire Matson in the circle now for Virginia. She has played all over the infield, shortstop, second base. They took her out to go get some pitches in, warm up. And now back in. It's been tough for Virginia to control this North Carolina offense. G. Braxton up to bat. Braxton off the hands to second base. Throw's not going to be in time, but runner can't score. Ollie did a good job to get over there and cover that. So runners at first and third now.
Good job to keep this in the infield. And that reaches the grass. It's another run for North Carolina.
North Carolina's got some future Olympic sprinters.
They are so fast.
Gosh, don't blink, you'll miss it. Avery Moy up to bat. Gets that to shortstop. Throw over to first, not in time. Runner trying to go to third, does.
Again, the speed. And it's one thing to be fast. It's another thing to be smart with your speed.
So North Carolina leads 13-0 now. Here in the top of the fourth. Virginia will have one more chance to try to catch them. It's off the ground, over to third. Barnes makes the throw to first. They go home. Can't get the runner. 14-0 North Carolina, but 2 outs.
Looks like Moy on second base, a little struggling, not feeling right in her leg. She came up a little gingerly after crossing first base. She's rubbing her left knee.
Moy's trying to decide if she can stay in the game. Coach asked if she could jog a little bit, and umpire said, yeah, sure. Shaking her head.
It's tough. Send Moy all over the field.
Yeah, blinding speed. And let's hope that's nothing serious. Moy's going to come off of second base. And our umpires going to have a little bit of a conference about this.
Since there's a continuous batting order, there's no real substitutions to put in. I assume it would be like the courtesy runner, and they would go back to the last out, which would be Charlie Rouse to go to second base.
Rouse coming out of the dugout now. Going back. So Rouse waiting to get told whether she can head out to second base. Hines is going to be the next batter.
21.
Yep. So just as you described it, Brittany, Rouse will go out, do the courtesy runner for the injured Moy. And Hines will step into the batter's box with Rouse in scoring position. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. North Carolina's exploded for 8 runs. Hines is the 14th batter to come up here in this inning. Foul ball caught. Nice job by Calger. So this game comes down to the next at bat for Virginia. They need to score 5 runs. Well, this game was 0-0 heading into the 3rd inning, Brittany.
And then we saw North Carolina bring out the small ball. They scored 2 runs on 4 consecutive bunts. And then we saw some speed and some smart base running take effect. Putting the ball in play, taking extra bases, and oh yeah, the power was inevitably going to show up for North Carolina. They can do it all. They can play the small ball. They have the power. And then the heads-up base running to go along with it. Just felt they put so much pressure on this Virginia defense. Past 2 innings have been all North Carolina.
14 runs in the last 2 innings for North Carolina. And due to the run rule, if they can hold Virginia here scoreless, or at least not allow them to score 5 runs and get it inside a 10-run lead, game's over. And Leah Holly will be the batter coming up to bat for this Virginia team. It's Holly's family that's seated behind home court with the cowboy hat on, red, white, and blue. So they're right above her. Holly, the final batter in the continuous batting order, fouls it off. Holly's coming to play second base defensively. Holly, a multi-sport athlete, also plays field hockey, basketball, used to one day be a photographer.
She doesn't back down from anybody.
No.
Just 11 years old, competing with some of the girls from North Carolina who turned 13. Got a hit in yesterday's game.
Holly continues to battle. Had a huge diving catch in the Virginia State tournament. Saved a run.
battling here.
One-two pitch on the way. No outs. And Holly goes down swinging. Throw is successful up to first base, so one down. This North Carolina team 2 outs from facing Florida Monday morning. Back to the top of the batting order. Sonic up to bat now, struck out in her first at bat.
Second time through the lineup. Kinley Morgan starting Sonic off with a changeup.
That's some heat.
Looks so much faster when after it follows up the changeup. She's definitely got some good velocity in the circle.
1-1 the count. Foul back 1-2, so Morgan ahead of the batter. Virginia can't catch this North Carolina team. They would play tomorrow at 1 Eastern against Georgia. 2 games tomorrow are elimination games. The winners of our games today have the day off, play Monday. Gaddis drifts back, makes the catch, 2 outs. So North Carolina 1 out away from meeting Florida Monday morning.
This has been a complete team performance. Kinley Morgan in the circle has been lights out offensively. They've scored in a multitude of ways.
Sophia Rivera up to bat now for Virginia.
Played clean defense. Couldn't ask for more. For Jack Allen, the manager from North Carolina.
Yeah, you got to be thrilled, especially the way they won, as you so well described during the highlights. A little bit of everything. Just really haven't had a weakness.
And they were shut out the first 2 innings.
Yeah.
The bats weren't doing much, and then they decided, hey, let's go small ball. Let's make something happen, and boy, did they ever.
Called strike, 2-1. And that is caught. Game is over. North Carolina has not allowed a hit in their first 2 games. And Kinley Morgan gets the no-hitter tonight. 5 strikeouts, 2 balls. 4-game no-hitter for Kinley Morgan. So it is official. Our bracket is filled out for the end of the day. Florida and North Carolina advancing through the winners bracket. They will play at 10 Eastern Monday morning. They could rest tomorrow. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, we have an elimination game between South Carolina and Tennessee. And then at 1 Eastern, another elimination game between Virginia and Georgia. Well, Florida and North Carolina had fantastic days, and we'll have the day off tomorrow, but we'll be back bright and early tomorrow with an elimination game for Brittany McKinney and our hardworking crew here in Warner Robins, Georgia, one of the most elite places you'll ever see softball. I'm Sam Gore. Good night, everybody.